Hello! This is Close Quarters, episode 1. I'm Colin, presenter / curator. And it being the first episode, in the absence of a guest, we thought it would be nice to kind of introduce ourselves to you. We are collectively making this podcast. I'm bringing myself and my words to it.
And I'm Jericho. I'm doing the audio for this, and we're basically trying to get the personalities out of the businesses in Folkestone, and we're going to discuss that and share around each other's thoughts.
I'm Ali. I'm from River Creative. I helped design the Close Quarters logo with Colin.
Nice.
And I'm also going to be taking care of the social media for Close Quarters.
I'm George. I'm one half of Visual Line. James is the other half, who's currently operating the camera.
Hello.
Hello.
We're going to be producing this live stream, and we're going to hope to do that once a fortnight.
Hello and good evening, or good morning, depending on what time of day you are watching this. This is episode 1 of the Close Quarters podcast. Thank you all for being here.
No worries.
By way of introduction, I suck at introductions, by the way. I normally wait for people to kind of meet each other that have never met before, and then stand there and kind of watch what happens. And then I'm slowly getting better at that as I grow older, and try and introduce people to each other. So I guess in this capacity, I should sort of like try and do that. The idea of this came about, I guess, because we have this space and this table. And I said to Jez a few weeks ago that it would be quite nice if we could all sort of sit around it, or get different people around it to talk to each other, and maybe film it and see what happened, and show that to other people, because maybe that would be interesting to people.
Fingers crossed.
That's sort of the concept,
yeah.
Isn't it? In a nutshell, yeah. So here we are. We're trying it out, and so this is us giving it a go.
Pilot.
Yeah, the pilot one. So this is probably going to be like the really sketchy one that we'll all look back on and go, "Oh, how amateurish we all seemed." Hopefully, we'll evolve as people as well. This would be a nice opportunity to do that. I think, yeah, this is why it interested me as well, because it's a nice chance to do something slightly different and, step out of my comfort zone and present, I guess. Which doesn't really come naturally to me because I'm a bit sort of awkward. I've sort of like mastered the art of the kind of short conversation as a shopkeeper. People come into your little space and you have like a little few-minute conversation with them, and then they go, and you skim the surface with people. So I thought this would be nice to actually slow down and sit and actually talk, and get a little bit deeper, especially about the people in this area, who we all are and what we do and what inspires us and why we're here and that kind of thing. So I'm going to pick your brains now, if that's all right. Yeah. So obviously we've known each other for a while.
We have.
How long have we known each other?
The first T-shirt we did together for our band one, with us two, was 4 years ago.
Was it?
It was the Doors one,
Yeah.
I think.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Do you remember that? It was where it's a picture of Jez with like a scribbled out face.
Yes.
In black and white.
It was really edgy.
On a white T-shirt.
I liked it, yeah.
We tried to be edgy. I'm
you
not sure
always
we've
are.
ever achieved it, but we at least
You
tried.
do, definitely, yeah.
So that was the first one. That was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that was before the iconic moment before we changed the K.
Yes.
In our logo.
Pre-K.
It was that old school K.
How was the old K? Was it
just
much...
a normal K? Now this one's like a slightly weird K.
Yeah, it's like a line.
It's like a V with a line.
It
doesn't make sense, but
yeah,
I like
it's
it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's how long we've known each other.
Wow.
Before the K.
It's just a blur. So I guess we knew each other from obviously I print T-shirts for a living, and
great brand.
You guys are in a band, so I printed some of your T-shirts, and that was our sort of fairly businessy intro to each other.
Natural progression.
Yeah, we've obviously become friends, and things have unfolded. Adventures have been had.
We've had
what are we doing?
Adventures.
What are we doing? Drinking beer, having a conversation.
Some kind of beer, yeah. This was essential, really. I think to lubricate the parts this evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Coffee can be had, obviously during the day.
Yeah.
but I think it's beyond that point now.
Coffee by day, beer by night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which brings us on to
Yeah, conveniently to George. To Georgie, as he's known to his friends.
the alcohol free.
Yeah, tell us about your struggle, George, because that's really, honestly, that's really interesting to me.
So I have challenged myself to not drink until Christmas.
That's
and
amazing.
Then have a good treat at Christmas.
How far are you into it now?
Big treat.
I'm about 7, I think just over actually now, 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Which is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy.
No, that's
Quite sober.
awesome.
Yeah, you seem very sober. You okay?
And honestly, he seemed like he's having a better time than any of us, to be honest. He's got like a real sparkle in his eyes.
His
It's
cheeks
the
aren't
sparkling
pink.
water, isn't it?
That's what it is.
Sparkling water's for people.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
But so you know these guys from doing video for them?
Yeah.
Or did you know each other previously?
No, so we actually met quite curiously actually through a project we'd set up with Dan Lucas at Anchor Baby, who suggested we do some live sessions and knew an up-and-coming band that had been played on Radio 1, which happened to be Skies.
Cute skies.
Nice.
And then,
With a new K.
the rest is kind of history from there.
Yeah.
They got in touch to do some videos and we went from there.
Kind of worked though, didn't it? Because I think, am I right in thinking that you did that project to try and build up a bit of business with bands, or was it just a random
Yeah, you're right.
like portfolio thing? But
Yeah,
then it
yeah.
ended up, I guess, actually working quite nice because we've done, was it 4 or 5 videos of you now? 5?
Yeah.
Two
And
live
live-
videos.
and
Quite the
live
portfolio.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done some live ones too, which has been really. It was like we feel really lucky to have found you as well. Really, like, kind of came out of nowhere, I guess.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. Like, after the initial thing we did with Dan, it like took off pretty
Yeah.
much for us for music anyway. I think we just sort of like struck the right chords at the right time.
Hey, love a musical pun.
Tap the
so
table.
I've probably seen all of the videos you guys have made together. I'm not sure what the chronological order is though. What was the first one you guys did?
It was
that
Car
courthouse?
Radio.
Oh yeah.
No, Car Radio was
Yeah.
we did a cover of a song by 21 Pilots called Car Radio, and that was
Right.
the one that we recorded in Dan's studio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was the first one.
Yeah, the 21 Pilots at Dan's was the very first one, and then the very first one that we did
That's
together without Dan, I think was the Quarter House.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
Which
the
was-
live one.
Yeah, like a show video.
Our
yeah,
folk-
okay,
our
yeah, I remember
Folkestone
that one as
show.
well. Yeah,
You were there.
I was there.
They had these
He had a
guys.
stall.
Flogging
He had a stall at
t-shirts.
the back of the courthouse, which
There we go.
and you were at the front filming. That's
It was
Matt
where the
ties in
partnership.
very
very
nicely.
convenient because I don't normally like sort of do events, but that's like
Your
3
backyard.
minutes walk away.
You just
so it's
wheeled
like,
the
okay,
like all the t-shirts
literally
there. And
wheeled it down there and just rocked up. It was great. It was a good
Amazing.
night. Yeah, and actually it was the first time I think I'd seen you guys live as well. And
Yeah, it probably was.
May I say, yeah, it was sort of like blown away from the moment you guys started to perform.
Thank you.
I was all touched because I was
no.
like, it was a night out for me. Obviously, I don't get out very much either, so it was
Busy man,
It
busy
was
man.
nice, but
good.
you guys
Yeah, we
just
loved
it was amazing. Yeah, the energy that 2 people can create on stage is incredible. And
Did you see the crocodile?
Yes, yeah, and there was a cardboard cutout of like Ainsley Harriet.
His
or
Royal
something.
Highness
Yeah.
Ainsley Harriet.
Yeah, it was surreal. But it was a really nice night. I was like glad to be there, and I think sold a few T-shirts as well. So that was really cool. Did the videos get like progressively more conceptual? Because it seems like the most recent stuff. It's quite they're quite like dreamlike, aren't they?
Yeah.
And do the ideas come for? Is it like a collaborative thing, or do these guys just kind of come
We
to you?
tend
with
to
There's
just
definitely
say-
a process. There is,
Yeah.
there's a
I
process.
think-
What's the process?
It varies.
Yeah.
The process is that, at least from our side of
Yeah.
things,
Oh, here we go.
I guess that it seems that Ali and Jez come up with some pretty cool, crazy ideas.
Okay.
Some which are very outlandish. I
Are they all
would say.
doable? Is it the kind of stuff that you can?
No, but that's
Are they
like kind of
feasible?
the whole point. Like they'll come up with like a really crazy idea, which is
Yeah.
like,
Probably not doable.
Yeah.
And then you guys
and then
make
we
it
put it
figure out
together.
ways to
We
do it.
come to
Yeah.
an agreement that like really works.
Yeah.
Well, for pills, we were like, oh, we want to do a video that's got loads of pills in it, and this is
Yeah.
kind of the idea. and they were like, okay, cool, and then they ordered like 5,000 bright yellow pills, and which we were like, how did you get all of those? And like, but they did,
right?
and then we and the video came from that, and it was sick. I think it's like been our most successful one actually, because I think it was so like eye catching.
Yeah.
But it's like it was really cool that you guys were like, and just made it happen. It was cool.
Yeah. No,
It must be fun.
It is fun.
It's
really
not
fun.
the kind of standard
And
corporate
annoying.
video situation, I guess. To be quite creative. And
We
annoying.
had to put each pill. Someone asked me the other day. They were like, "How did you do that?" We're like, we literally got the pills and we literally
Just
laid
lined
them out
them
for like It was a few hours before we filmed, wasn't it?
Yeah. It took us a while to do
I think
that.
it was worth it. Though. I think it was definitely worth it.
Wow.
But yeah, it's definitely like a really like almost like secular creative process.
That's collaborative.
Yeah.
Like this.
Like this.
Just how we like it.
And I don't know how we met. I think it might have been you guys actually that
Probably.
suggested that we get some stuff printed
Some perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
with Colin. And
Yeah,
then
maybe.
ever since then we've always had our stuff printed with Colin.
Yeah. See, that side of the business isn't something that I really even talk about or promote, really. It's literally all word of mouth stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The only stuff that gets kind of promoted is like, the Quartermasters as a brand. The business printing side of things is just kind of happens, really.
It's the best way.
Yeah, but it's not, and that's looking good. You've obviously watched that a few times.
This is
Quality.
Yeah.
Quality.
This has been pre-watched many a time.
Brilliant. That's good to know.
Still holding up.
Yeah, if you could smell him, he smells really good, guys, honestly. Fantastic. Yeah, fresh. All right, cool. So I've written a few notes here. It starts off with who's here, which I think we've done. Why
think
are we
so.
here? That's
Great question.
something we should probably touch on. It's a big question, guys.
Kind of huge.
I'm just going to throw to
We might need more
Jess
beer.
with that one.
Well, that's a very good question, Colin.
You're glad I asked you that.
I am, yes.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Well, I think I got this idea. I think we all had very similar. We'd all been working on very similar like projects at the time of this actually coming up.
Yeah.
We'd just done a live stream with Visual Line, and you've been discussing doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And like I felt I just had this whole thought about how businesses actually like the businesses that do the best are the businesses that people have a really strong connection to. Further than their brand, beyond their brand is their whole personality of the brand and what that means to each group of people.
Yeah.
So having all this going on at the same time, I felt like it was actually a really good way of like bringing us all together. We've all found work from each other and we've all worked together through various things. And so I thought this could be a really good way of actually bringing out the personalities within the businesses in order to get people in the area connected to their local businesses that are on their doorstep.
Nice. Yeah, Folkestone is a hotbed of interesting characters.
It is, and we know each other, and that's enough interesting characters in one room as
it's a good,
as we need.
definitely a good place to start from.
We are all from Folkestone as well, which is a good place
Pretty
to
much,
start.
yeah, or at least
we're all
Based
working,
in
we've all
Folkestone.
ended up here somehow.
whether it's a coffee shop at Steve Street or
Yeah, definitely.
that's where we're usually working anyway.
Yeah. So basically, it's a kind of like a lifting of the lid and a kind of seeing the
Internal organ.
internal organs, the guts of what goes on beneath the surface
Yes.
of a business or a person or a group in the area.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
like
feeling.
it. That's nice.
And not what necessarily a business does, or but like
Yeah,
the
'cause
person,
that's obvious,
the actual
right?
person behind it, and
What's
how they
their
got there.
motivation?
Like, because I think a lot of the time you just would never know, and we only
Probably
know
not.
kind of, well, we know a bit more about how we got here, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we actually have done business together and we've like hung out, and
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a snapshot of that because it does make you feel more invested in. In something, and I think it's nice to be invested in something, and especially if it's in your local area.
Yeah.
So I think getting a bit of that, because I guess we've experienced it actually experienced it.
Yeah.
I think this happens to actually be like the product of
This
what
kind of
we're
thing,
doing
yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So which is
Yeah.
I guess why this exists. This podcast
A weird
exists.
symbiosis.
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of thing.
I assume that word means
A
what I-
commingling. It's that.
Yes,
It's this gesture.
that should have been the logo.
That should be the logo. Can we just do a GIF,
Yin yang.
please, of that?
Right, well,
Can you do that?
cut in the new logo.
Yeah, it's a symbiosis. It's a commingling of minds and
Synergy.
stuff. A synergy. Oh.
Oh, I'm glad we got that word in the
Can we not
podcast.
call it close quarters anymore, please? Can it be called synergy?
With that as the logo.
that?
Some yin and yang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
We've got time to edit all that in.
Brilliant.
So
We're
we're
going to put that in.
Well, I
So
can do
episode 2, it's going to be called something else. Okay.
We've
But
now created another podcast.
yeah, because obviously, and also from working on this street and being in this area, I find it's such a kind of a sort of a circular economy. Everyone supports each other. You know, we're spending money in each other's businesses and kind of we're invested in each other,
Yeah.
which is interesting. It's like a little ecosystem.
I never really
and
thought
it's
that
nice.
existed in real life, though.
No, neither
I've
did I.
watched like
Neither did I.
Neighbours or
Yeah.
like, you know, Home and Away or
Yeah.
you know, EastEnders, and they'd always like be in the pub, like where do
Yeah.
they work? How are they not like
They
at
must
work?
do other
Or they,
stuff,
And
right?
they were always like together, and then you just never really think that's real. But I actually do feel like that isn't like
Yeah.
a thing where lots of things do cross over, and it's really nice to be involved in it.
Definitely.
And the more people can get involved in that, surely like the better it will be.
Yeah. The
So it's
tragedy
cool.
is, I guess, we're all so busy doing it. There isn't really any drama like in EastEnders or whatever. We're just. I've said this to a number of my like fellow shopkeepers on the street. You know, I'm normally making a beeline for the shop in the morning to come in and do the stuff that I got to do, and I
Yeah.
don't spend enough time in the other businesses talking to them and finding out like
Yeah.
how's it going with
Yeah,
them.
That's
you know?
true.
And I'm curious, and I want to. I'd like to spend that time with them. So
Which is
hopefully,
what this is about,
Hopefully,
yeah.
this will make that opportunity.
And Visual Line as well. You guys have only just moved. Well, not only just, but you've only recently, within the last how many months? Which is last?
Yeah, we've been here for about 2 months now, and we're just diving into the creative core and getting to know the community. It always reminds me of something like Brixton and Diagon Alley, like mixed together in a
Yeah.
weird clash.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we've been welcomed with open arms, which is really good. And,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you've already
Harry Potter
obviously already
references.
had like there's been a connection there between like we all hear and we all find out about different people in the area and like it only takes like tonight you have someone that comes up who does a certain thing that you need
Yeah.
and it's like really easy to go, oh, we're in the community, we can take that what we need.
Yeah.
We need this being done for our products, new product to come in.
Yeah,
you need a new
definitely.
client. We need someone to do this video and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
once
yeah.
you start building that like boat of people that are all aware of each other because we're aware of what we do, it's easier to take from it because you know I trust what they do, I know what they're like, I know how they're doing what they're doing,
Yeah, hopefully.
and I trust in
Yeah.
that.
It'd be nice to put that out on a wider, what's the word? Thing.
Spectrum.
That spectrum.
It's almost like
Yeah.
word of mouth, like that I
Yeah.
think is one of the most like valuable ways of getting like business or just getting in contact with people.
Yeah.
And like it's a much more legit way of doing it. I know online you get all these little like reviews and stuff, but it's not the same as like your mate who you've known for years saying
Yeah.
they were really good.
Totally.
I think hopefully this as well might concentrate that even more, or maybe
Hopefully.
or just really add to word of mouth kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
As I said, I'm quite old-fashioned, and I don't do a lot of marketing or advertising. I'd rather do something really good for someone, and they tell someone, and then
Yeah.
hopefully that person comes back, and you know. And I'm curious about kind of lifting that sort of veil. That shroud of mystery around people's businesses and the kind of like the corporate image they put out versus like the real them,
Yeah.
you know. And I think we have an opportunity
Yeah.
to actually be like the real us, even though
Yeah.
it's weird and
And we have a camera right
it's
now.
awkward. Yeah,
But
but it's nice
If we could
exercise to do
try,
that. Hopefully,
it's a nice
yeah.
crossover between all this annoying social media sometimes
Yeah.
and actually then the time that we actually have to chat to people. We're trying to find the mix between the
Yeah,
two, which would be
definitely.
cool if obviously we'll see, but hopefully this can help with that.
Yeah.
and we'll see how it goes.
I like how you guys are you seem quite confident in your approach to social media, particularly. Like you're a lot more prolific, certainly, than I am with, Facebook and Instagram. You're always posting, always sharing stuff, but not like overly, I would say. It's not like I'm never sick of seeing your little faces coming up. I'm always like, oh, sweet, they've done another thing, and it's like it's always really good and always well
Oh,
thought
that's
out.
cool to know.
You're honestly, you're really on it, whereas I'm kind of more of a I think my confidence fluctuates a lot from week to week, you know. So the frequency of posts are really erratic.
We all have like different styles of doing stuff. Like we love having like, we'll have Visual Line. He'll do our pictures for like tour posters or our videos or little bits. Like we did that little local show. We did a local live stream, which is where this kind of started to grow out from. And it was so good to be able to have that, like we're on tap with people who can bring something to our table. And then when we come to you and we have merch, and then we have these, that is what enables us to do more, is by having more on offer to create ourselves.
Yeah, because we can post one day about merch, and then we can post another day with like a really like very high quality photo, and then we can also do like a selfie, which hopefully like mixes it up. So then maybe you're not sick of it because we're not posting like a selfie every day.
Yeah, it's a nice mix. I think balance is key.
Yeah, and then yet we still have the professional stuff that we can present, as well as then merch, and it's nice to have a mixture because I think people just get so bored of like the same thing.
Oh, definitely.
And it's hard.
In my own way, for the quartermasters particularly, I've always tried to kind of have a bit of a balance between like my standards for imagery is quite high. When we first set out, a great photographer called Gavin Hardy came along, took some really good pictures, and it just set the bar really high. So it's like, okay, the pictures are always going to be brilliant, but then that's kind of balanced out with kind of obviously quotes
but your
and
quotes
stuff
are brilliant
to try
your quotes
to
are honest.
keep it as real as fucking possible. And then the stories, which are mostly just me drinking coffee, and you know,
on the buzz, and then the videos.
So hopefully that's a good balance.
But we all have so many different things. Like you guys, how do you like your clients are not the public; they're the people who are reaching out to the public.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, how does that sway your approach? I mean, we don't have to go too hard into social media. This is just another world.
It's an interesting subject.
It's different because, 90% of the stuff we do as Visual Line is B2B. So us providing a service to another business who are then providing that service to the public. Our social media goes a slightly different way around like the normal approach. It's way more targeted, but it's still all the normal things still do. Like we still post once a week and try and make it original and attract a wider audience. It's not always to attract business as well. Sometimes we just do a post to entertain. Which keeps everyone happy.
It's nice to do that, I think, isn't it? Just to kind of, you know, not be salesy all the time.
Hey, I'm a guy doing this.
Just a guy doing a thing. So who is it? Is it yourself or James, or between you, do you kind of decide what you're going to do next?
The posts, they're quite free-flowing, whether it's me or James or someone else in the team that comes up with an idea, it will either get ditched immediately or posted in the next 5 minutes. It's either one or the other.
That's the best way to go.
But you know straight away what works with social media, and you know straight away what doesn't work. And I think that's like the great thing about it. Which is going to be the result of this. So.
I was honoured that you guys were touched to want to be part of it, to be honest, because I thought potentially, because you do a lot of B2B stuff, I thought maybe this would be a bit of a kind of a grey area, a bit risky, because you know the kind of guests that we've got lined up to come on, the kind of conversations that I'm certainly keen to have with people, which are not really the corporate conversation. It's the kind of slightly deep and meaningful, balls out kind of conversations, and I sort of, you know, I wasn't shy about that, but you guys were totally up for doing it, so I was stoked about that. Are you not at all nervous about where this is going to go?
What's going on?
It's so different.
You're right. It's totally new territory for us, but and one of the main reasons that we even agreed to do the live stream with Skies in the first place was to challenge ourselves.
Cool.
Which we, full disclosure, said to Skies that it could all go down the pan.
And they said to us the day before it happened, how about bringing an audience?
We were like, what?
So we challenged each other on this one.
It went out really well. It was a good event.
And then that opens not only new horizons for us, but for you guys as well. And we just like the challenge really, and new content.
Fantastic. Have you ever set anything up like this in the back of a shop before?
Never.
First time for everyone.
It's a first. Fantastic. Happy days. What's next?
You can't put a bullet point saying what's next and then
That's what it says.
That's the question.
That's what it says.
Is that the actual question, or
I'm
are you
joking,
literally
I'm
saying
joking,
what
I'm
is
joking.
next?
No, that's genuine. I'm not. I am saying that, and I'm saying
What's
it.
next for the
Well,
podcast?
yeah.
Or-
Well, we
Yeah.
like, I think we all between us know the businesses in the area. We've been lucky enough to meet the people
Yeah.
down the high street, going to the shops of the people who work here, going
so
to
much
the
beer, so much coffee.
so much beer, so much coffee, so much
Just
food.
coffee.
There's art galleries
Oh,
around.
so
We're
much
like
food.
we literally know so many people in the area. We're all so connected, and I want to know more people.
Yeah.
We actually
Yeah.
went for a walk down. There's like a little gap between the shop out there. There's just a little stair set that goes down from the Bale down into the old
That's
high
it.
street.
Oh, what's it called? The studio. Do you
Yeah,
remember
and
what
there's
it's
just a
called?
little art studio there, and like there was
Oh,
just
yeah.
there was just
Yeah.
like there was a sign on
Yeah.
these steps, and like we walked in, and there was just this amazing
Oh,
gallery
should
of like,
shout
Yeah.
them out.
and what was they called? What were they
Where's my
called?
phone?
I'm ashamed to not know what that says.
I can't remember.
Oh,
We'll
I
find
wanna
out.
say,
We'll
like,
find
But
out.
I've been meaning to go up there
Woodhouse
for
or
We'll
ages.
find out.
something.
We'll
Yeah.
find out and let people know
Right,
later.
yeah.
But there's so
We'll
many
find
bits.
it and then we'll add it as a
Yeah.
caption or something.
But once you start chatting to these
Can we do
people,
that?
We can
like
do that.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Apparently we can do that.
they'll be like, there it is.
There's so many people to
Fantastic.
chat to in this area of people who have a story, have something to say, and actually, like just from us going to talk to these people once, we're now like, oh, that's an interesting place to
Yeah.
go again, and that's how business happens. People chat to each other. So I think there's so many people that we would love to meet. We
Yeah.
obviously will take a background like watch on this, but
Yeah, we're just gonna listen to it.
we're
and be
going to
like,
watch you talk to people
Yeah.
from
Okay.
the local area and local businesses who we think have a story to tell
Yeah.
and have something about them that makes their business. Well, businesses are still here. There's a reason why businesses stay. So,
Increasingly, yeah.
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
there's got to be a personality behind each business who has a reason why they're still here.
Absolutely.
find
and
out
why
about
they
that.
should,
Be our
and
mission
why
to
they
find
should still
out.
be here in a few years, like as
Yeah.
well. If we can help build that, or, you know, then why shouldn't we? And hopefully we can.
And we can learn how to keep this thing going for a few years as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a learning curve.
But yeah, if we can
Yeah.
learn something as well, like because
Yeah.
I've just started a business, so I'm like, I'd be really interested to learn more about that. Do you know what I mean? I think if we can learn something for ourselves as well in our businesses and what we do,
Yeah.
then like surely the best way to do that is to listen to people and find out what their struggles were,
Yeah,
or
definitely.
what their high points have been, and I don't know, it'd be cool. So
Yeah, I think so.
hopefully,
Yeah.
Masterclass.
You got to have you've got to be open to suggestions and
yeah,
stuff. Not
Yeah.
because you can't. Yeah, there's no. You go into a thing. Certainly with business, you kind of have a plan. You write a business plan. You have to write a plan before they give you any money.
Yeah.
That's part of the
The
process.
deal.
Yeah. So in that business plan, you have to kind of like act like you know exactly what's going to happen. But
Yeah.
you don't. You kind of like you
You're
can hope for the
freestyling,
best,
innit?
and you kind of go, well, I project that it's going to be really good, but you haven't got a clue really. But you just got to kind of believe in it and do it.
yeah,
And some of the most interesting journeys are the ones where they set out to do a thing and then it ended up being something kind of
Yeah.
completely different from what they expected.
But they still feel the same at the end of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's
looks
it's
a bit
always
more
mad
interesting.
and it's always sort of a struggle and everything, but it's quite interesting. You've got to have that sort of tenacity, I think, haven't you, to do it.
But yeah, bit of a
And
drive.
to be in a band, really, and to work for yourself and to do any of the stuff that we're doing, you've got to kind of be a bit insane, really, haven't you?
Well, yeah, you've got to basically tell yourself
Yeah.
before anyone else that your end result is bigger than what anyone else could
Yeah.
think your end result is going to be.
And it's like
otherwise
stacked
you don't.
against you, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know, all these statistics and whatnot. And
Ah,
everything.
oh
blow
yeah.
the statistics.
Just get a
blow
safe
the
job
statistics.
and just do that. But no, we're going to do this instead.
yeah.
So yeah, let's meet people
Yeah,
with those kind of stories.
let's chat to them.
Let's find out.
I won't be.
Let's get inside their minds.
You'll be chatting to
I
them.
say
Let's
let's.
do it.
Let's. I will.
You will, and we will. We will help you with the
program.
audio. We will film you doing
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and I will answer any social media.
Just make us look
questions.
beautiful and sound beautiful and be fabulous and deal with all the stuff that I can't deal with
Oh
because
yeah,
I can't.
let's do it.
I
Yeah.
think that's a good.
Yeah, I
good way
think we
forward.
can. Let's
Fantastic.
carry this on.
Yeah.
Next week, come on.
Yeah. Whatever we're going to call it. No, it's not. It's called Close
It's Close
Quarters.
Quarters.
Yeah, actually is. We already pre-agreed
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
in stone actually. Yeah, but this we might have to add that.
And
let's just do it.
That's all.
I'm not part of that.
Oh, come on,
no synergy here.
George! Get back behind the camera, mate. Go.
Yeah, see ya.
Just go. So that brings us to the inevitable conclusion of this introduction, episode 1 of Close Quarters. Thanks for watching / listening, or just sort of being near us in some way.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they have been near us, and because you've been so close.
Close.
Do let us know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to know from today, or even any suggestions for future guests. So if there's anyone you think should like come and have a chat with us, just let us know. Tag them below. We'd love to hear from
Characters.
people.
Or if you yourself would like to be a guest, obviously give us a message. We're going to be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so you'll find us. Close Quarters.
Yeah, and honestly, folks, if you liked this video, a like goes a long way. And yeah, we'd just like to know your feedback at this point.
Yeah, as creative people, I would just like to add that our egos are very delicate, and we do thrive on nice words and pats on the head. I certainly do, anyway. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks very much indeed. Goodbye for now.
See you next week.
Bye.
2 weeks.
Soon. Back soon.